Hello, it's Ginger's Goodies here on YouTube and on Instagram, and with Spooky Month creeping up on us, the idea of Inktober has popped into my brain once again. It's been a while since I have attempted this challenge. I completed it for the first time successfully in my freshman year of college, but with 2 majors and 2 jobs, I was definitely too busy to fit it into my schedule after that. Post-college, I spent my first year looking for work and then promptly working. And that brings us to last year. Last October, my drawing capabilities were nowhere near what they are now. And I don't mean that as in skill, but like my physical capability to draw. I injured my wrist at my last job. I had tendinitis, which, while normally very treatable, was complicated by a lax wrist joint. At the time, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to ever draw the way I used to again. I'm happy to say now that while my wrist isn't what it used to be, and it probably never will be, I'm at a stage where there are more days I don't think about it than days I do. And I'm usually only in pain if I'm doing something that puts a lot of pressure on it, like heavy lifting, scrubbing, or working on my computer hunched over. Yes, bad posture will impact you because that's partially how I injured my wrist. And this is a posture check. If you were physically capable, fix it. Please and thank you. Now that I have that capability back, I've been focusing a lot more on things I'm passionate about, specifically writing and drawing. I've changed my entire career path to reflect that. I'm working an art job that pays me more an hour than I've ever made before, and a side gig where I get to act, and now that October is coming around, it has me thinking, could I do an art challenge? Surprisingly, I was leaning back towards not doing Inktober, at least initially. There's kind of a lot of drama that surrounds Inktober, as of a couple of years ago, I think. But as far as I can tell, people are still participating and having fun with the challenge. I don't want to rule out something that could have a positive impact on my life just because I'm worried about what other people would think. That said, if you have some strong opinions about it, I made a short specifically asking people what their opinions on Inktober were, and we'll be posting it very shortly after this video. So definitely maybe pop over to the channel if you want to give your 2 cents, or even leave them in the comments here, or both. If you want to make extra sure I get a chance to see it. So I swung back around to thinking about it. I still have so many other things going on. I'm starting 2 fairly new jobs, I'm going to therapy. October will be the first month of me taking anxiety medication, and I have zero idea how this is going to impact me. This is actually my day 1. I wrote the script like a couple days ago. So far, nothing much, but we'll see. On top of that, I have other creative projects I wanted to focus on, my books, and of course posting to YouTube. This is about when I realized I could combine Inktober and my YouTube content. Now, that's not necessarily new, but a lot of the videos people are making are usually compilations over multiple days, sometimes a whole week. When I'm making YouTube content, my goal is to make something of value first and foremost, but I also need to get that out quickly and efficiently. I cook and clean for a house of 7, so I don't really have a lot of time to work on myself. And if I was drawing every day just to put out a new video at the end of the week, while that might work for some channels that have bigger audiences, that wasn't going to work for me. Plus, that would feel more like a video diary of sorts, and I'm kind of looking for this to be something I can connect with people on. I want people to be able to pull up my video the day of and be inspired to work on their own prompts. That's why I think shorts are the perfect format for Inktober. Inktober is all about challenging yourself to draw every day, even if finding the time or motivation can be really difficult. I don't really think you're supposed to spend a lot of time on it. Like, of course, if you have the time every day to spend multiple hours on a piece, more power to you. But the majority of us are trying to shoehorn in half an hour just so we can finish the sloppy sketch we made in 5 minutes after swallowing down a sandwich on our 15-minute break. The nature of it runs parallel to that of shorts, being fun content you're meant to pump out quickly. If you consider these 2 things together, you actually get 2 challenges in one. Every day of October, you make a short to go along with the drawing you made. Assuming I go through with it, this is what I am planning on doing. That might sound impossible, doing a new drawing every day and editing a whole new short to go along with it. It's at least twice the work, but when you really think about it, it almost feels like it was meant to be that way. When you're doing a challenge like this with your friends, do you hoard all your images till the end of the week and then go, here's everything I drew? Probably not. Unless you're showing it to them in person when you only get a chance to see them like once a week, but usually you would just open your sketchbook and excitedly shove it into their face, or you would message the image to your friends in a group chat and that's what they think of it the moment you finish. See how that works? Not only does it feel a little bit more personal that way, but there's also the potential for a lot more engagement. Instead of posting a video at the end of the week of October when people are already starting to get tired of the challenge and drop off, they can watch your videos as the challenge is progressing. That means people will be drawing in time with you, alongside you, and you can have a real conversation about what's happening in the moment. I'm not saying you can't have these conversations with a more long-term format, but I think people are more inclined to talk about what's happening to them in the now. Another benefit to shorts is that if you can get the video out the day of, it can serve as a reminder to people taking on the challenge. Inktober might slip their mind until they see your short come up on their page and they think to themselves, dang it, I guess I'm gonna have to stay up an extra hour to do this dumb drawing. Thank you for ruining my life. But shorts are basically QuickTime events, and if you're getting all your drawing in near the end of the day, which I probably will do, it might not be possible to get it out within the day. That's why I'm going to be cheating a little bit for the sake of merging the challenge with my channel. I'm going to be doing each drawing the day before. In other words, I'll actually be starting on the 30th instead of the 1st. I guess that's not traditional, but I'm not doing Inktober the traditional way. Anyway, I do digital art on this channel. I will continue to do digital art on this channel because I don't want to worry about figuring out how to get video from my phone to my computer. That's complicated. I don't want to deal. I will, however, be attempting to do Inktober in black and white with occasional leeway for minimal colors when I think a picture could stand to benefit from it, i.e. a pop of color in the eyes, etc. If I get really, really sick of the monochromatic theme, maybe I'll change my mind, but I think removing colors and no longer having that as a crutch will give me an opportunity to improve my line work. I'm also debating in the back of my head whether or not I want to lean into full illustration or if I want to try to look at the prompts, think of some kind of a visual novel or a story idea and illustrate around that. 30 images is a lot, and if I can repurpose content to make something cool and new, I like to. I did a lot of shorts with art in the background of characters from the Hell Bus, an in-progress sequel to the game Recipe for Love that me, my girlfriend, and one of our close friends made when we were in college. There is actually a demo out of that, by the way. If you haven't seen it, I'll try to remember to link that in the description, and if not, you can just look it up on Itch.io, that's where it is. At the same time, though, it's been a while since I've actually tried doing just complete illustrations digitally. I usually just stick to drawing characters with, the occasional background illustration here and there. Maybe I'll make a whole bunch of backgrounds and then I'll think of something to go with it. But then the format wouldn't exactly fit shorts very well. I don't know, I'm working on it. I obviously don't have every single detail figured out. But assuming I don't get attacked in the short I made, I know I'm doing Inktober, pretty much. And I know I'm doing it a day early, and I know it's the perfect excuse to make short form content. It's perfect, hear me out. If I've encouraged any of you guys to explore making more short-form content this Inktober, please let me know. I would love to hear about what you guys are doing. And if you aren't a YouTube creator, but you're still putting it in on doing Inktober, definitely follow the channel if you want to follow me along as I go. I'm really excited to share with you guys all my successes, every snag I hit, and how it turns out in the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Kate, otherwise known as Ginger Greetings, here on YouTube and on Instagram. And make sure you all take breaks and stretch every half an hour or so. Bye-bye!